welcome to MGP573. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
I just punched my microphone. My microphone is positioned ever so slightly differently from how it normally is, and I don't care for it, so I just gave it the old watch punch. I can't fit my wrist under it without my watch clipping it, whereas previously I could, so I have no route to my keyboard. This is a disaster. I imagine this is what everyone tuned into this podcast wanting to know. Will Kev be able to reach his keyboard this week? The answer is only with my right hand. So we'll see. I'll keep you up to date with how this story develops over the next hour.
The trick is to have two keyboards.
Please do.
Only a maniac could have two keyboards. Well, I have a keyboard that can connect to 3 PCs and just magically move between them.
I mean, I have a button I can press to make my main keyboard switch between computers, but in the day, sometimes I just want to have them both on so that I can
My
do
keyboard
some admin.
literally moves to the PC depending on which one I move my mouse towards, and they know which position each of my computers is in, so that I can just... It's like having multiple screens, so my Mac is to the left of my PC, so if I move up the PC to the left, both the mouse and the keyboard move to the Mac. It's 2024, Sheepdog. Why have you got 13 keyboards sat there?
Because I assumed I would have to tell work I wanted to use my own computer during work hours sometimes. Like I'm not saying I'm sat here busting it out 24/7.
I don't think they're monitoring what keyboard you're using, surely.
Well, no, but I'd have to install something on my laptop, wouldn't I, for it to work? Oh, yeah. And it would then probably know what each computer would... Not that I'm worried about that, but they wouldn't want my home computer to know what my work computer was doing.
I can even copy and paste from my PC to my Mac and vice versa.
That'd be like a data breach.
Well, I like to breach my data.
I just found the control that I was using to switch between the two was a pain in the backside. And, if I want to look something up during the day or whatever, like, I don't know, it's handy. I've got my little Bluetooth on. It's meant to be for my iPad, so I could, like... type on my iPad without one of those tiny little iPad-shaped keyboards, because I want a proper size keyboard. Got big hands.
I think my hands are bigger than yours, and I have an iPad keyboard, and it's fine.
My fingers are like 2 centimetres wide each. Like I was measuring.
No, we're going to measure our hands. This is what we're going to be doing at EGX. I don't think we've officially announced yet. There are panels happening at EGX and EGX/Comic-Con. So one of them is just me and Sheepdog comparing hand sizes.
Yeah, it is.
I think we're officially, the neurodiversity panel that me and Sheepdog run, I think is officially a Comic-Con panel. The EGX, the Football Manager one that I'm on with some Football Manager people is officially an EGX panel. It's directly before the neurodiversity one on the same stage. So I don't know how they're differentiating between EGX and Comic-Con stuff, but I'm officially doing both shows but don't have to leave the stage. So I don't really know how... I'm intrigued how these halls are going to be set up now. I'm led to believe by the marketing we're going to get our traditional 2 halls of Comic-Con and an extra hall next door for EGX. The way the stages are structured, I'm starting to feel like it's just going to be 2 halls, and there's going to be an EGX... There's going to be EGX bits scattered throughout one of the Comic-Con ones. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to turn out.
Maybe they were hoping that they would get so many games and stands and all of that in that they'd need the extra hall, and then over time... Like, I looked at the gaming list for new games you can play there, and it was just Assassin's Creed, which is already out.
Well, I suspect you're not going to be able to play it there anymore, because it's been delayed today as of recording.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming up, but I was kind of like, yeah...
if that is still playable at EGX, that's probably quite the coup now. Now the game's been delayed until next year.
It has
Should have a quick look and see what other...
Yeah, Anna now wants to come to EGX. I've got to find a hotel for her now.
I mean,
she could probably share mine.
If it's there, I need to go.
More importantly, I've got to find a hotel for Dave. So if anyone wants to look after Dave while me and Anna go to Comic-Con /EGX, that'd be super.
You're not there the Friday, are you? I was going to say, bring him on the Friday. I'll send him home with Claire when she...
Well, I could send Anna to hang out with you on the Friday. That might be the way to do it. Stick Anna on the train Friday, and you can pick her up and take her around, and then put her back on a train back to me at the end of Friday.
That's
and then
weird.
I can come down Sunday as planned, because I was halfway through announcing the panels, but didn't actually tell you what day they were on. The panels are on the Sunday. I haven't got the exact times in front of me. I think the Football Manager one is at about 12:30. And the neurodiversity one is at about 1:30 on the creator stage, I think. And there's going to be meet and greets after both I think, which means Sheepdog will be doing a meet and greet. No, because the Neurodiversity one's second. How am I doing the Football Manager meet and greet? Interesting. I might not be on the Neurodiversity panel. Sheepdog might be moderating that. We'll figure it out. It's fine. We're going to figure it out. I'm not going to avoid my own meet and greet to go and talk to this clown.
Just do a double meet and greet after the Neurodiversity panel and make all the people wait around.
Yeah, but the Football Manager people bring gifts. The Neurodiversity people don't bring gifts. We got gifts last time.
Yeah, but they might. I mean, they'll wait then, won't they? They'll wait and watch our panel, and then they'll give you gifts.
That might be the solution. Yeah, ruin the meet and greet for the other 4 people who are on the Football Manager panel. Say, you could go to this pathetic meet and greet down there, or you could stay here and watch a panel and come to the superior meet and greet afterwards. That might be the policy.
Message them and say, you put me back to back.
Well, according to their website, the Football Manager one's on the Saturday, and I've checked it with them. They said, no, it's definitely Sunday. So I have no idea anymore. I'm just going to turn up Sunday morning and tell them to put me where they want me.
I do believe the meet and greet thing for the Neurodiversity panel was listed as a different day to the panel itself, because that was something...
It's supposed to be straight afterwards.
Yeah. Because it says on there that I'm there at the event Saturday and Rach is there at the event Saturday, and then it said you were there another day as well, and then Bex was somewhere else on another day, and it was like we're all together just doing the panel. Like there's not a separate. Anyway,
well, we'll see. I mean, we were quite critical of EGX and Comic-Con last year, and they've invited us back. So.
I wasn't.
I was very critical. I mean, if you weren't critical of last year's events, you were a liar.
EGX, yes, but Comic-Con, I had a good time. EGX, yes. No, I absolutely... but interestingly, last year, the people that hadn't been to EGX before didn't see a problem with it, and I was quite surprised by that. So I
guess if you're going there having not experienced what it was like 10 years ago, you probably don't realise what you're missing.
Yeah. So my boys are coming on the Friday, and they are super excited. Like, we've agreed we're going to do Comic-Con, a circuit of Comic-Con, and then they're allowed to buy stuff, because otherwise they literally always want to buy the first thing they look at and spend all their money within the first 5 minutes.
Like Pad.
And then once they've done that, we will then go and game, because I know what's going to happen again. They're going to pick one game, and they're going to want to just sit there for 4 hours.
And that one game will be Roblox, because that will be there, because it always is.
I said to him, to Ollie, you won't just sit and play Minecraft in the middle of the event, will you? Because there are lads your age who do that every year. And he was like, why would I do that? I've got it at home. I'll probably have it with me on my Switch. And I was like, yeah, exactly. So please don't just sit there and play that. And he was like, no, I want to play all the new games. I was like, good, okay, cool. I mean, it's better than me, because I would have just stood watching other people play the games and not queued. And you know me, I don't.
Typical EGX things. This is why we complain about EGX usually, because we go there and don't play anything and wonder why we were only there an hour. And we'll do it again this year, because I'm literally there for one day doing both events, and I'm doing panels and meet and greets for almost the whole of that day. So if it is going to be 3 halls, I've got to get around those 3 halls in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be jogging the whole thing.
I'm planning on doing Birmingham Comic-Con this year, because my book should be launching just before it. So
Birmingham Comic-Con, where on earth is that?
The Neck.
You could just say it's in Birmingham. I was giving you the opportunity to plug it even. When is it? Is that end of November?
When is it? End of November, yeah. 28th, 9th, 30th, I think. Or 29th, 30th.
Are they doing 3 days in Birmingham? Goodness me, they've changed.
Yeah.
How
I was
fancy.
surprised at that, because I'm staying there Friday, Saturday, and then going home Sunday. My friend was doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I am now wondering whether they've just made a mistake when they said to me, that's the days, book it.
That's why I stopped going to Birmingham, because you could only go at the weekend, and I don't like going to these places at the weekend if I can avoid it. I like to go when it's not very busy on the Friday.
We're probably about to discover that it's only on for 2 days. No, 29th, 30th, 1st.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably 3 days after Football Manager comes out, so I doubt I'll be there. I think the current working prediction for when Football Manager 25 releases is the 26th of November, so there's very little chance of me being at an event on the 29th of November. But who knows? Maybe Football Manager will get delayed again, because we were expecting announcements this week and we still haven't had any. So, yay for those of us whose income relies on it.
That is concerning, isn't it? Like,
it's incredibly concerning. The game is supposed to be out. I mean, it was originally supposed to be out early November. We were supposed to get announcements early September. Pre-orders are still not open. We've still not seen anything of the new match engine. We've literally seen a couple of mock-up screenshots, and that's it. That's all we've had. So it is alarming. There's a reason I've started doing EAFC content on my channel, so that if I need to massively swerve, I have the opportunity to massively swerve. Because, it is concerning. Very concerning that it might just end up either delayed again or not any good or both. I mean, those of you as old as me out there in listener land who've been into these games for as long as I have will remember the Championship Manager 4 fiasco, where that was when they introduced, I think Championship Manager 4 is when they introduced the 2D match engine. So their last really big change. And it went exactly like this. It got delayed. It eventually released in April, and it was still an absolute buggy mess. The reason the website Sort It Out SI exists is because they wanted SI to sort it out. It was basically a protest site about how terrible Championship Manager 4 was. And it wasn't until the following year's game that it actually became workable and usable again, and then they had the split to Football Manager and everyone forgot all about it. But yeah, we've been down this road before 20 years ago, and it wasn't a fun road, and at that point I wasn't relying on it to pay the bills. So I'm not panicking, you're panicking. We are going to start monetising this podcast very heavily though. So that's unrelated news.
I mean, is this not then the time where if it follows the same pattern and you get to like early next year and it's doing exactly what it did for Championship Manager 4, shouldn't you then be getting behind Champions League Manager 2026 when that's coming out in September as a brand new breakaway content thing with the FM team?
Probably. I mean, we've talked before about buying the Championship Manager IP. I don't know how much it would cost us, but it's genuine discussions that have happened behind the scenes amongst the Football Manager creators. Go and buy that IP off of whoever owns it now and find a studio to make it for us. But we looked into it, and it's apparently quite expensive to develop a video game.
I mean, just make friends with some nerds.
The trick would be... I know. Buy the IP, kick up a massive fuss about it, maybe do an enormous Kickstarter about it, and then sell it to EA before we release a game. That would be the sensible way to do it.
I mean,
I don't know if we're that unscrupulous.
If you knew a couple of lads who had programming degrees and a bit of experience in making games and algorithms that are like,
I'm very confident that idiots like us could not make anything on the level of Football Manager.
No, but we can make a prototype for a Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A prototype made in PowerPoint, university style. I mean, to be fair, that's literally all we've seen for FM25. We've seen those screenshots that it even says on them that they're only mock-ups. We've only seen mock-ups of how the screens are supposed to look eventually. So that's literally all we've got to go on for FM25 at the moment. So, worrying.
So, like... all of my family ties are coming together. I could get a buy-in from a couple of football clubs via one route. I could probably get a buy-in from some in-the-know people another way. So we're coming together. I can be your man on the inside. I mean, you know those people as well. Yeah,
I was going to say, you're describing people I already know. So I'm cutting you out immediately.
I can rely on a bit of blood there, though, to... Family blood, I mean, not Kev's blood. I'm not going to attack him.
I mean, I cut my thumb this week, so you can have some of my thumb.
So did I. Well, my middle finger and my other finger next to it. Did you
stab yours with a Stanley knife the way I did?
I caught it on a very sharp, pointy, narrow thing, so they're very small dots, but my word, did they bleed.
Yeah, I'm bleeding. Well, I'm not bleeding now, but I was bleeding. Hurts when you rub onions into it.
I haven't tried.
You should. It hurts. But I was attempting to segue from Football Manager into EAFC. I think I mentioned it about 5 minutes ago. That is...
Yeah. On the podcast or the career?
Yeah, both. Yeah. I think by the time this podcast releases, that should be fully released. It's been available on early access for a week now. I'm just looking at my current play time on it. Bearing in mind we're recording this podcast on Thursday evening, I have currently played 34 hours, 25 minutes of the early access, and I'm really rather enjoying it. I'm playing loads of Ultimate Team. I've started career mode, Let's Play series on YouTube. And actually, they've kind of improved the game a bit this year. The introduction of Rush, which we talked about briefly on last week's podcast, is a great addition to Ultimate Team. You just need 3 other people, and you basically play a 5-a-side game that takes place over 5 minutes. Everyone can try it. It's like a 4v4. So there's no AI nonsense involved apart from the absurd goalkeepers, which the AI still controls. But it's just a fun little game mode that you can drop in, drop out of. It's lots of fun. They've kind of reduced some of the stuff, like some of the objectives you have to do for the squad battles, the single player stuff you do in Ultimate Team, to balance out the fact you now need to do a certain amount of rush each week. Weirdly, they've increased the amount of rivals you have to do, which is the online normal football game mode. But I've done everything I was supposed to do in the first week. I've not spent any money on it this year. I'm being a very good boy. I haven't dropped my normal £500 on EA points. And what
it's all going into Lego, isn't it?
It's all going into Lego, absolutely. And what I have learned from this process is I didn't need to do that, because we're 6 days after early access is out. I've already got an incredibly good team that has not cost me a penny to put together, and I'm going online and I'm winning matches. Kevin Chapman has made it all the way up to the giddy heights of Division 7, which is it's nosebleed territory for me.
I was going to say, isn't that your ceiling?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm happy hanging out here.
Times.
Yeah, exactly. But really been enjoying that. And career mode is, it's the same old career mode. It's not as good as Football Manager, but across all game modes, they've introduced their new way of doing tactics, which has basically ripped all of the like position descriptions from Football Manager and added in an in possession and out of possession view, which allows you to actually go into some quite detailed tactical creation that you weren't able to do on FIFA previously. And I think this is why I'm suddenly able to win online. My 30 years of playing Football Manager are actually going in my favour, because I'm going online playing against people who are clearly more skillful than me. They'll dribble the ball round my players, but then into my wall of midfielders that I've got between my defence and their midfield, basically. And although they're better at the game than me, they can't break down my tactic. We counter-attack with speed. We've got players charging forward from all positions but covering back and defending brilliantly when need be. So I think I've just kind of put together a very Football Manager tactic that actually does translate to online play. And I imagine they're going to patch it soon. It's very typical for these EA games every year. I enjoy the gameplay initially, and then they patch it to make it work for the people who are currently upset, because there's a lot of people who are hating it.
Yeah, they don't want men in their 40s succeeding. They want
exactly.
like 12-year-old boys succeeding.
It's leveled the playing field and allowed a little bit of thought to go into it. And it's not just about who can dribble the furthest without letting anybody tackle them, which is what it usually descends into. I imagine the dribbly dribblers, because they probably spend the most money, are going to get their way. And if it hasn't already been patched, I've not played yet today, but if it hasn't already been patched, I imagine it'll be patched very soon to basically negate all impact that tactics have, and it'll just go back to a dribbling competition, at which point I usually stop playing for the year and go and play the new Football Manager game. That plan's slightly scuppered this year, but no, I've been very much enjoying it. I noticed a little familiar name on my leaderboards as well, obviously below me.
Sheepdog.
But little Pabby's been playing EAFC as well. A little bit of Ultimate Team for little old Pabby.
I've only played Ultimate Team.
Oh, look at you.
I did it wrong.
You've changed.
I've been
What do
doing
you mean
it
you did it wrong? How have you done it wrong?
Because
Did you throw 500 quid
you.
at Pab?
Well, I've just explained how I'm dominating.
Yeah, but I watched you on day one, or whatever it was,
that
on
was
your
a mistake.
stream. That stream where I sent you a picture of Fallout Lego. And
Yes.
I was watching you do the chemistry stuff, so I was like, okay, so you need to work on chemistry. So then all I did was spend my time building a team for chemistry.
Kev pivoted to PE, and
Well,
that's very important in
I got
football.
to it, and I got pretty high in the chemistry stuff and got some decent players, and it was then I looked at all the challenges, and all the challenges are like, oh, you need to do this with this player, this with that player. I was like, oh, what have I done?
You need lots of players.
I don't. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing is, I sold all my crap players. I spin them off, and
you need all them.
then I've only just fathomed out how to do the SBC stuff, the squad builder challenges. I don't even know what they were.
Pabby. Goodness
I was like,
me,
I don't
Abby.
understand. I tried doing it. It was like, no, you can't do this.
This is why it has the Foundation's objectives on there to take you noobs through.
I just kept putting cards into the squad builder challenges, and it going, no, we
What's
can't do
this
that.
one?
I was like,
Messi, yeah, get him gone. Don't recognise
yeah,
that name. I don't get chemistry on Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well,
Get him gone.
I've just done the Foundation challenges because I didn't have any bronze level cards. Because as soon as I get the bronze cards, I'm like, no, sell them or bin them. And just get rid of them, and then realising you need to...
you need to
So
keep
I need to
everything.
keep everything,
Everything's useful for an
I've not
SBC
sold
later
anything
on.
since. So.
Even if it isn't used in an actual SBC for a challenge, I think they're already on there now, but at some point they will appear. You have the upgrade SBCs, where you can put a team of bronze players in and you'll get 2 silver players as a reward. You can put a team of silver players in, you'll get 2 gold players as a reward. You can put 2 common golds in, get 2 rare golds as a reward. So once you get to the point where you've got hundreds of players of trash in your club that you don't know what to do with, you can just pump them into upgrade SBCs and basically grind your way up to half a dozen half-decent usable players from a pile of hundreds of trash.
There you go. That's what I'll be doing then. Because
There you
I
go.
can't do much. I can't get any higher in the squad battles challenge because I've done my allocated 12 matches.
Well, that's ticked over for the week now.
Has that
We got
ticked
the
over? I didn't know how
rewards.
long that was.
We got the rewards for them on Monday, I think.
Oh no,
or
I'm doing.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the new
I'm-
ones.
I've
again,
done
are
the.
you?
Yeah,
Get yourself online. Play Rivals.
I don't
Rivals
know.
isn't as
I don't
hard.
understand rivals.
It's
I
just
don't-
online football. Pav.
Yeah, that's probably fine. I didn't understand Rush.
Yeah, Rush is the 5-a-side mode. That's quite fun.
But in squad battles, it goes. You need to have a player that's this level. I was like, I haven't got a player at this level because I've binned them all off. And so I've played.
In Rivals, you just want your best possible squad. That's where you take
Right.
that special one that you put together.
That's the one.
And
Can
the
you
whole purpose is trying to win the matches.
Can you make loadouts then?
Yeah, you get this on the squad screen, like I think 4th or 5th option down on the little menu that you get by pressing the left thumbstick in. You have your squad selector, so you'll have you can build different squads for different scenarios.
Okay, that's
so
gonna
I've got
be
a
a
squad
game
full
changer.
of Spanish players because there's a Spain objective at
That's
the
what
moment.
I've done. I've
Yeah.
done that this week. I've done the Spanish one with the La Liga players, and they craftily did it so you couldn't do both challenges at once. So
I know. I played like 5 matches, thinking I'm so clever with.
Yeah.
Because it says start a squad, so I think you have to have 8 La Liga players and 5 Liga F, which is Spanish ladies, in your starting squad. So I was like, well, as long as they're either in the team or on the bench, then we're good. But no, it means I have to be in the starting 11, and I didn't have the minimum of either in the starting 11, so I did 5 matches and got nothing for it because I wasn't checking the objective after every one. So I've learned my lesson there.
That's been I finished that yesterday, and I'm going to start the. Well, it's still 15 matches, and I'm not even doing it on hard. I'm doing it on because the minimum difficulty you've got to do is semi-pro. So I was like, semi-pro, just rattle through them. But I want the matches to be short at that point because when you're winning 15-0, it's a bit monotonous.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't be dealing with the stress of because I turned it. My recommended difficulty is professional, which is 1 up from that, and I can win on that, but I'm only winning probably 2 or 3-0 as opposed to the.
See, I've got the
6 to
problem
10.
where I'll win like 10-0 on professional, but then go up to world class and lose every time.
Yeah.
There's the jump is so big between the two. There needs to be a special. A little bit better than professional, but I am still in my 40s level, and that's not on there, and that needs to be added in.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been complaining about that for years. That's always been the case.
Yeah, like that. I think that's for me is I don't want to deal with the stress of potentially losing a game on professional, which I probably wouldn't do because I did play a few games on professional and it was fine, but it was a lot more hard work compared to the actual cakewalk of just.
And if we know one thing about you, it's that you love walking with cakes.
Yes, very much so.
Loves it. I watched this man carry a beignet around all day long at Disneyland.
You told me what a beignet was before. I saw it as a beignet.
He didn't eat it straight away. I've never seen such discipline from a human being.
I don't get that. I've seen people put food in like
Containers.
food they brought open and they put it in a bag, and you're like, "That's open. You've got it in your hand. Why are you putting it
Just
in a bag?"
eat it, you maniac.
Yeah, like, do you? I don't know. Are you? It's like, are you not under control of your own self? Like, someone's pulling their strings.
Bear in
That's my
mind,
theory.
you don't get a vote on this because you are the man who, if he buys a drink, has to drink the entire drink because you can't possibly put it in your bag and have some more later.
But that's because you're the kind of weirdo who thinks that a 500ml bottle is 2 servings, and I'm like, that is a once. I drink all my drinks in pints, so yeah. I've got a pint of Pepsi here at the moment that I'm midway through, and I'm not going to put this away. I'm not going to put that in the fridge.
I've got my bottle that keeps my drink cold, and I'll just sip out of it throughout the day. And when it needs filling up, I'll fill it up again.
I've got one of them, but believe it or not, Kev, it really hurts when you try and drink 2 litres of water over the course of about 35 minutes.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
I can't help myself. If it's there, I'm just like, I'm the man who goes to the cinema and gets his large popcorn and large drink and then finishes it before the film starts because I can't sit for a film being distracted by food. It's
just don't buy it.
No, I have to. It's the only reason I go to the cinema. I'd wait for it to come out on telly otherwise.
Just buy the popcorn at the petrol station, eat it in the car, and save yourself 30 quid.
So Mrs. Sheepdog always goes, I don't fancy popcorn at the moment, and then I don't get to open the bag and eat it myself, even though, I don't know, I have to go. Basically, I have to go to the cinema. It's the only way. I've tried it all.
But yeah.
Anyway, FIFA.
Yeah.
FIFA, FC, EAFC, yeah.
EAFC. EA Sports FC, I think, is the official name for it.
So what's this sort of... I played a rush game against the computer, which is 5. Have you done that? Have you played...
Yes.
What's with the commentators?
I just turn all that off.
It's bizarre.
The first thing I do, because I stream it a lot of the time, the first thing I do is turn off pretty much all the sound. So there's no commentary, there's no music. The only thing I get is is crowd noise.
Honest to God, put the commentary on for that, because it is weird. It's like I want to say
I've
Americans.
Heard a bit of it. Yeah, I think I've heard a bit of it on TikTok.
I was like, who's
strange American people.
It's like they're commentating on a basketball game.
Yeah, well, it is basically football, basketball, isn't it?
It's weird. That's
the idea of Rush.
When he said Rush was coming back and it's like basically 5-a-side, I thought it was going to be like the old one where you'd have it in like a sports hall.
Yeah,
I was going to say like how they put Rush
in.
It's
not FIFA Street.
Yeah, FIFA Street was
they brought that
fantastic.
in. They brought that back a couple of years ago and called it Volta.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But that's been taken out and replaced by Rush.
I played FIFA Street to death on my was it PS2? GameCube, maybe one of them.
They released a new one. They released a new version of FIFA Street like 10 years ago. So I think it was on the 360. There was a FIFA Street comeback, if I recall. But yeah, FIFA Street was lots of fun. But yeah, it's not that. It's not all tricks and stuff. It is normal football, but 5-a-side. And yeah, not Rush goalies like I thought it would be, which I'm a bit upset about. Call it Rush, make it Rush Rush goalies, but no.
That'd be even better, wouldn't it?
That would be amazing, yeah.
Well, I did see you played a game where you had all against all goalies, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's had nearly 500,000 views on TikTok. If you want a viral TikTok, boys and girls, find a bug in a game that's just come out. But yeah, I was playing a game against the AI, and this was the day before Man City played Arsenal, so I think this helped with it going viral, because I was playing against Man City, and for whatever reason there was a bug that meant all 11 of their players were goalkeepers, and they just all stood in the 6-yard box just rotating around in a circle basically. So I got a few views initially, got loads more views when I retweeted it and like Arsenal's plan for the second half after Trossard got sent off against Man City. That one just went and exploded, especially when Arsenal went out and basically did that. But yeah, it was a strange little bug. I've not had it since, but it was quite amusing to watch. They were making no attempt to get the ball. I was just knocking the ball around the penalty area, and they were just doing their little circle dance. My favourite thing was when Erling Haaland in his goalkeeper gloves would be at the front of the line, just dances past with his hands out like this, and then goes back in the rotation again. It was great. So yeah, if you want to see that, that's on my TikTok. Lelujo on TikTok, boys and girls. Or you can watch it on X, but I don't get money for that. Actually, I do, but not as much as TikTok. Watch it on TikTok. I get paid more there. Anna! There you go. I've got her attention. You've also played a new game this week. In fact, I believe you're playing it right now, aren't you? Would you like to tell us about your new game as well while we're doing new games?
No.
I was playing it. I just put it down. First, did you hear about Tapped Out? That's been taken.
Shut it down.
Yeah, they're shutting it down.
Why is Sheepdog not in tears?
In January.
I didn't hear that. Interesting.
Yeah.
All that money wasted.
I do.
You should sue them for all that wasted money.
I do have the press release. We have made the difficult decision to sunset Tapped Out. In-app purchases have been disabled and the game will be removed from the App Store October 31st. You may continue playing until January 24th, 2025, at which point the service will be turned off and TSTO'd will not be accessible. The decision to end our 12-year journey is an emotional one. So,
I knew it would be coming at some point.
We'll see Bouncy at the funeral. We haven't seen him for ages.
But I was wondering the other day, right? So normally they do events and everything, and they'd done an event, and after that, nothing really happened. And I've just seen my amount of like donuts in it go up. It's like in several hundreds, like it's about like 600 or 700 now. And I kept thinking to myself, they normally do an event by now. There's normally something that comes out that you then use these on. But I haven't been on it in a couple of days because of that. Yeah, interesting. Because they also weirdly expanded the amount of space you're allowed in it to like the max. So that's an odd decision to do when they weren't going to release anything for it as well. Who knows? Anyway,
I just wanted you all to be able to say you completed it.
That's kind of what I'm hoping that when it finally loads, it's just been loading like I went to Pokemon Go because I tapped the back of my screen. God damn.
And that's instinctive. Oh, he's tapped us. It must mean it's us.
If I tap the back of the thing, it's not doing it now. I've said that. If I tap the back of my phone, it goes to Pokemon Go. That's how I said that.
You are such a loser.
Well, I don't even realise I'm doing it. It just goes to it automatically. But yeah, it's not even loading at the moment. They probably crashed it and put that out, and everyone's gone nuts.
Yeah. So that's sad.
Cool.
What else? Assassin's Creed has now been postponed.
Is this Anna's gaming news section? Have we got a new feature on the podcast?
Well, I was
That'd be awesome.
My game, but Assassin's Creed has been postponed to the 14th of Feb 2025.
Valentine's Day.
I know, but so all these.
So you won't be able to play it because we'll be snogging.
Yeah. All these ladies who are wanting a night out, they're probably going to have a night in when everyone. Or boys who want to go out for a nice meal are going to be at home because...
I was planning on taking you to Disneyland for Valentine's Day, so you're not going to be able to play Assassin's Creed. We haven't been to Disneyland for ages.
Oh, no. Yeah, so they can watch their partners play Assassin's Creed. So I'm glad...
I won't be watching you play Assassin's Creed. I'll be sat there patiently waiting for Football Manager still.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's coming out next year. It gives us something to look forward to in the early months. There's plenty of coming out now. I've just got the new Zelda game. We've got Life is Strange, Double Exposure coming out, which I'm excited about. We've got Dragon Age. We've got Indiana Jones,
which I get on my EA Play Pro subscription. By the way, I'm actually getting my money's worth on that for the rest of this year. Yeah.
So yeah, but today I did get Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. It is different from the other games. I'll basically give you like the first 5 minutes. Basically, you are playing as Link. You go on your way to save Zelda. You save her, and then Link disappears. And basically, you are Zelda doing Zelda things. So the way Zelda is working in this is this little ball of light wants to follow you. Because he is the only one left at the moment. And basically, the whole world has got these rifts opening everywhere. It's like purple mist, purple darkness. And she gives you this rod, this stick, and basically anything. So basically, creatures, if you kill them, you can then copy them, and so that's what you do with creatures. With inanimate objects like tables, boxes. Some of them you can copy, and you copy them, and they're put into a bank, and then you can use them in your travel. So say there's a chest that's high up, you can build 3 tables, jump, make a set of steps. You've got them, and then say there is a little blob of goo that's jumping around. You can get a rock, throw your rock at him, and he is dead. And then it builds up. So at the moment I've got a guy in armor that I can throw out there, and he can take on bigger enemies. And at the moment, I only have like three triangles of energy. So basically, say I wanted to make the stairs, I can only make 3 tables. If I make a 4th, the first one disappears, and then whatever's on it drops down. So you only got 3 at the moment. It is the camera is like slightly like above her, so you can watch her go around the world, but you don't have access to like move your camera around. Sometimes it's like not top down, but like, you know, like Diablo. Sometimes that, but then sometimes it's 2D, so you're just like going across the screen, and obviously you're using your objects to get around. So like I've just used a spider, because a spider has web, and that you can just connects to the ceiling, that you can go higher. So yeah, like that's pretty much all I've done. I got it at like 4:30, and then I put it in, and then been playing it, but I'm finding it okay. I am understanding the mechanics. Sometimes with Zelda games and stuff, I don't quite understand what's going on, but this one I've grasped it this time. Obviously I'm playing on my Switch, because Nintendo, I think, is only on Switches. So yeah, I'm just playing a bit of The Legend of Zelda with Zelda. It's good. I think it's the first time we've played as Lady Zelda.
Don't ask the internet at large. Most of them think they've been playing as Zelda for years.
No, you've been playing this thing.
Unless you were talking about Smash, then you can play as Zelda.
Yeah, I guess. But like,
I prefer real potatoes.
In Legend of Zelda games, I think you only play as Zelda. I could be wrong, but I'm not a Nintendo fanatic, so I don't know. I have also, this week, only for the past couple of days, because I was just like sitting there going, I need something to play, I just want to smash things, and I have been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because the game is, like, I've finished this before. I have 100% completed it, obviously, like I've done all the side quests and whatnot.
Obviously, but I wanted to go back in and get the platinum. So excellent. I've been going to every world getting the gold bolts, because I know that was one of the things I didn't do. I'm sure there was races at one point, so I need to go and do that. The arena, I need to go and finish that. It's just a bunch of stuff that I need to clear up, but I just started from the beginning. I know I could have gone back in with what I had, but I just wanted to start again and just go through it. And it's like the bolts, the golden bolts that you can find. You don't have to get them, but like I said, I have been collecting them, and oh my god, they do give you some fun things. Like, so obviously in games, I like with Borderlands, I like to see numbers come out of, like, the damage numbers. One of the bolts gives you that option to turn that on. So like when I'm hitting the enemies, the numbers are coming up, and I love that. I'm like, oh my god, this is like so fun, because I like that kind of thing. Or like, and then it gives you silly things like you can have a big head or a small head, or just really like random, like it gives you like different options to have your spaceship, and it just gives you like, you can make it look like your 80s TV with all the lines going across. Obviously I don't turn it on, because I like it to be like nice and pretty. Also, I've turned the bolts off, and I now have blue orbs that just like rush to me, and I just like the look of it. It's just like, yes, I like the bolts and stuff, but I've turned them into orbs. But you could also have rubies, and you could also have overcharge from that other game they brought out a long time ago with the monsters who drank
Sunset Overdrive.
Yes, so you can smash everything, and all the cans are there, and they will rush you. But I have blue orbs. But the number thing, I really, really enjoy that. It's like, I think it was like the 8th one I collected, and now it's RPG with numbers, and as you know, I really, really like that. But yeah, I like the game. It's a good game. I can't fault it. Yeah. Like, yeah, it obviously uses the functionality of the new controller. You don't have to have that on, like with adaptive triggers and
like
your controller. Like it's experimental vibrations, so you can have just the normal vibrations when it's cueing you something. But this one, like if you hit, you feel it. If you feel all the bolts come to you, you just feel it in your hand, or when you hit something.
Okay.
Just things like that, and I like all the ways that you have to. How you can get some of the bolts, because some of them you have to think like outside the box, like how am I going to get that, how am I going to go over there, and I'm enjoying it very much. It's just a nice not quick game. Like I think the last time I played it was 25 hours, but yeah, it's just a nice lovely game, and I'll probably finish it at some point. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, I've got Zelda today. I'm now waiting for Dragon Age? One of them.
Dragon Age?
I think that's the 19th of November, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just sad that Assassin's Creed was, like, literally last night was, sorry folks, we want to refine, blah blah blah. So yeah, they've delayed it, which it happens. What you gonna do?
Complain about it.
There's not a lot I can do about it. It's
you can complain about it.
I can complain, but it's just one of the things. It would have got lost in the mix of everything because it all comes out at this time of year, obviously, because they want to get to like the Christmas things. But I don't think Assassin's Creed needs Christmas. I think it's fine on its own. Like, I know I'm going to buy it. Pab's probably going to buy it.
It's already had the wrestling tie-in this year.
I don't know what that means.
Will Ospreay came out wearing an Enzo outfit at Wembley, and it was a full Assassin's Creed tie-in thing. They had the actual voice of the character playing as part of his entrance and everything, and he had Assassin's Creed / Will Ospreay merch. It was all a tie-in for the upcoming game, but it was thingy from Assassin's Creed 2, the good guy. His
Ezio.
voice. Ezio, not Enzo. Yeah, I knew what I meant.
Enzo?
That guy. I haven't played Assassin's Creed for 10 years. No one called me out. Who's Enzo?
I was listening
Ezio.
thinking that don't sound
thought it
right,
was
but
a
I haven't played it.
wrestler.
So.
No, it had Ezio's voice on there. He had all the gear and everything, and
With
the
the
little,
hood.
the wrist stabbers and all the kit. So you could have got a Will Ospreay Assassin's Creed t-shirt if you'd have come to Wembley with me, but you didn't want to come.
No, because that's boring. But
Well, you could have got Assassin's Creed merch.
I've been trying to make the a Captain America shield in Lego.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's so boring.
There's a reason I gave that to you, because I looked at it and thought, this is going to be really boring. It's just a big red circle.
It wouldn't bother me, but the way they want me to put it together, like they go, right, you need bags 10 to 16. I'm like, well, I have this tiny little thing.
Empty all the bags.
So I need all these bags, and I went, okay.
Now make 32 segments of a big red circle.
Yeah, so I did that, put them all together, clicked them all on, and I go next page. Oh, get back 17 to 22 and do the exact same. I'm like, oh my god.
What did you think was going to happen with a big circle?
You've reminded me that my son, my youngest, called me out to the kitchen to help him with his Lego. He's putting together a little panda. He hands me it and shows me the page, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I looked at it. I was like, I don't know what you've done, because you've done nothing that's on these instructions. Completely took it apart, put it all back together following the instructions, and then after I'd finished it, I was like, why is there a second panda head? And then like 10 pages earlier was another panda, and it was exactly how he'd put it together originally, and he hadn't told me there was 2 pages, so I basically just built my own. I was like, oh, for goodness sake. So weirdly, I don't think they watch any of your stuff. My family have become really obsessed with Lego lately. I feel like it's taken over
all
the world.
All the cool kids have.
Yeah.
It's because Lego's got really good in the last few years.
It's
only in like the last 5 years or so they've gone as bonkers with the IP stuff.
Well, yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Were previously.
It's this week, isn't it? They did a big Eye of Sauron thing, Lord of the Rings, Where the Hobbits Live as Well was there. For some reason, I got a Lego email being like, check out our new sets that are coming soon, and it was all Lord of the Rings stuff, so I sent it to a mate
The
of mine.
Fortnite Lego is out very, very soon.
No,
Yeah,
don't
I
start.
mean,
Don't
Ollie
start.
plays that on the Xbox all the time at the moment.
Oh, I'm getting all of them. Because I don't play. Obviously, I don't play Fortnite, but the bus and the Banana Man and whoever else, they just look fun. So I'm all into.
Yeah, I
Hopefully they're out
suspect
before
that's
Halloween.
going to be
Building
that's going to be quite the thing for Christmas. Christmas gift tips, boys and girls. Fortnite Lego releases on the 1st of October.
Yes,
Oh, nice, because Ollie's birthday's Halloween, and he's into both of those things, so I'm thinking,
Well,
boom.
there you go.
They are fun. But that's it. That's. And I'm making on stream the jaw set, which is over
Because Anna
my shoulder.
loves sharks.
No, I don't. But Kevin,
Well, you've got loads of them,
well,
so
he's over there. The box.
Yep, I see him.
So, from my point of view, I tried to play other games this week other than Baldur's Gate, and I went through Game Pass, and I went through, I checked Amazon Gaming, and I checked just my general Steam account, and then I was like, literally nothing I want to play. So I just played Baldur's Gate again. I was like, there's literally nothing else I want to play at the moment. No game appeals. I'm too busy being obsessed with it. But I had a heartbreaking moment the other day where I got up on, I think it was Sunday. I got up early, played it for about 3.5 hours, and then I made a very small, it said something like, oh, Astarion would have liked to have been there for that conversation. And I thought, I wonder if I've saved it in the past 10 minutes so I could just quickly jump back and bring him to the conversation. I clicked my load screen, looked down the list. Oh, I haven't saved it in 3.5 hours. So I hit X, thinking it was going to save it, and it loaded my save from
Because you were
3.5 hours.
loading rather than saving.
And the noise I made...
a rookie.
Over an hour later, I said to Mrs. Sheepdog, my stomach, my chest still hurts from the shock of hitting load.
This is what you get for trying to cheat, you scumming monster.
100%. I felt because I don't normally have Haslin, is that his name, in my team, and I swapped them out just for a bit, just to do a bit, so I hadn't swapped them back. So that's why I felt like it was a legitimate reason to save scum. But honestly, my heart dropped, my chest, whatever it was, something broke inside me, and it took me all day to recover from it. Weirdly, though, when I went back to the game, the things I'd done in that 4 hours took me 20 minutes because I wasn't walking around looting every empty vase. I don't think I've ever found stuff in a vase in this game. I check every single one, and I don't think there's ever been anything, not even a flower. And yeah, it's just been... I literally loaded it back up. I went and picked up the items that I was like, oh, I need to get that. That's cool. Went and had the conversations I had, got that kid back together, and I was like, that took me no time at all. I don't know how I've spent all morning on this. But yeah, I think I'm nearing the end of Act 2. I can talk off podcast about that, but I think I'm nearing the end of Act 2. Absolutely outstanding still. I can't really say any more than that.
This is why I stopped talking about this game as I got towards the end of it. It was like, yeah, Baldur's Gate's still good. Can't really talk about it, though.
I am probably struggling for other stuff to play that I'll want to play enough, if that makes sense.
Oh,
That's
I haven't played, until EAFC, I hadn't played another game other than Balatro all year after finishing Baldur's Gate. It broke all other games for me. I tried, but nothing comes close.
The thing was...
it's ruined gaming.
Final Fantasy Rebirth had broken me. I mean, people probably noticed that had broken me because I was like, that is just peak me. That was my exact game that I wanted. I loved it. I thought it was perfect. And so this has kind of got me through that and healed me through it. But I am thinking, what on earth am I going to do next?
I'm hoping Dragon Age is good, but if it's going to have to get good quick, so I'm just going to this isn't as good as Baldur's Gate.
I've got the Pokemon ZA coming out in January. I wish that was coming out before Christmas so I could at least know.
Is it January?
Yeah, it's coming out January, which is very bizarre. That's so cocky, isn't it? That they're like, we don't need Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Get Pokemon in January when you're all depressed, and we'll warm your heart. But yeah, it's the only other thing I wanted to ask about, and this is more of a general question and listener question. I need to get Ollie a laptop for his birthday, and I'm like, I don't know where to go.
MacBook Air.
Well,
it'll last him until university.
He wants one he can game on, though, and you can't game on MacBooks, can
And
you?
game on them. What games does he want to play?
Do Do you know what? I was a bit. The reason I started
With the
struggling
new, I mean, without going too nerdy, with the lovely new Apple Silicon, you can game on them just fine.
I mean, I'm probably not going to get a MacBook because that'll be extortionately expensive.
£1,000 for a MacBook Air with an M3 chip, I think.
I don't really. But
Last him until university.
No, it will. That's the thing. But I was looking at laptops that were like the power ability of my computer or better, and then I was like, he doesn't need that. What am I doing? Why am I being an idiot? But then when I spoke to him, he was like, I just really want to play Spore, and I was like, okay, yeah, we can get a laptop that can play your Spore. Don't worry, mate. But yeah, I want to get him something that'll be able to run everything that he will need for the next few years. But all the places I normally check don't really do a job, so I could do tips on that. But he does want to be able to game on it and get into PC gaming a bit. But I figured all of the games like the shoot 'em ups and all that will be on Xbox anyway, so he doesn't need all that, But that is it for me. Otherwise,
Pablo.
Hello. Few things for you.
Oh, gifts. Love gifts.
I presume you've got Balatro on your phone now.
I pre-ordered it, but didn't know when the release date was, so I paid
Today.
for it previously. Oh, well, there you go then. Let's get that downloaded.
There you go.
Why are you telling
Balatro.
that?
Oh, I am going to have a massive poo as soon as I'm done here. Oh, my word.
Pab.
I can finally try this game out then.
Well, I mean, you are going to get hemorrhoids off the back of this, I'm afraid, sir.
Not after all of my scans and I've had too much work done to stop that.
Too much work done. I've had too much work done on my anus. There's no hemorrhoids here. That's where we was getting waxed all along.
Bloody hell, tenner on a phone game.
Yeah, but it's the best game you'll ever play.
No,
It's
yeah,
game of the year.
Yeah,
Without
I'll get
question,
it.
this is game of the year.
Oh, I don't know.
Thing is, the problem is I can't get that and then talk about it next week because it's the game you've been playing all along.
Oh, I'll be talking about it next week.
No,
I'll
I
be
know.
talking about how good it is on phone. Or how bad it is on phone.
No one's going to come back.
I don't
to
know
watch.
how the controls are going to be.
Listen,
I'm playing it now.
Oh, already? Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to download, Pab. It's a tiny game.
Yeah, it's only a tiny game. Anyway, so that's for you. I presume we all pre-ordered the PS5 Pro today.
Anna told me it was 900 quid.
No, it's
that right?
700.
That's still too many hundreds, Babby.
700 without a disc drive, so you have to buy that separately if you want one of them.
Is that what makes it 900?
No, because that's 80 quid, I think. But it's also, it doesn't come with a vertical stand either.
Stand, and it has to be
No
on,
stand.
yeah.
That's another 50
Is that what
quid.
makes it 900?
No, it takes you up to 825, I think, or something like
What
that.
makes it 900 then,
I
damn
saw-
it?
I saw someone, it was a bundle price, so I don't know whatever
Yeah.
that was.
I also don't know how much the PS5 Pro that went up for pre-order, the limited edition one, the anniversary
better be
one.
the best
Yeah,
game
I
I've
think
ever
that's
played,
what
Kev.
was
It is.
£900.
That probably is what 900. It probably is what I don't know. Probably is
That's
what's 900 pounds because
yeah.
it comes with all sorts of stuff. Yeah. I did manage to get. I've caved and I've pre-ordered an Edge controller.
Okay.
Which is the fancy PlayStation controller. I've caved and I've managed to get in on the website this morning and get one of them pre-ordered. So I've got one of them coming in November.
Fair enough.
I'm going to get Kev's attention again now.
Doubt it. I'm playing Balatro. Do your worst.
I presume you've done the prologue for the new Persona game thing.
Excuse me, sir. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Put that phone down.
Back into
What are we
focus.
saying? Yeah.
Metaphor ReFantazio. The prologue
Are
came.
you doing a spell on me? What's happening?
That's the
Floating away now.
that's the new game from the Persona people. The prologue for that came out yesterday. I've played about the first 90 minutes of it. I assume there's I don't know how much more there is of
How
it.
do I spell all this, Babby?
Metaphor.
Meta. Or
ReFantazio.
ReFantazio. What can I play? Can I play this on my PC or is this a PlayStation thing?
It might be on. I know it's on. I think it is on everything actually. I'm not sure, but
Because my
yeah.
PlayStation, I think I've broken
Well-
it again.
Well,
What,
oh,
why?
goodness.
Won't turn on.
What?
You plugged it in.
Matt's coming at the weekend. I'm going to ask him to have a look at it.
I don't care if Matt is come in. What have you done to it?
Well, Matt's going to
It's full
fix
of
it, is
jam,
what I'm
innit?
telling you. Matt will fix it.
If it's not fixed, I am taking them sides and I am putting it on mine.
Oh, no, my Spider-Man one's in the bedroom. That's fine. I can play in the bedroom, but I'm not going to play games in the bedroom like a pervert.
So wherever you're going to play this
My
demo,
office one, Anna.
wherever you're going to play the game, I'd play the demo there because the save carries over, so you don't have to
Yeah,
play the
it's on
start of the game.
Steam. Is it Steam Deck verified? Better be.
I don't know. Well, the game's not out yet, is it? But I don't know. But
Right, I'm
possibly.
installing the demonstration.
yes, so that is the prototype, the prologue, even prototype. It's the prologue to the game.
When does this game come out?
October, November time.
I'm going to need you to be more accurate. Anna gave us a full gaming news section.
Right, okay. So
knows
you
when
talk
Assassin's
amongst
Creed's
yourselves
coming
then
out.
for a minute. while I
11th of October. There you go. I've done your job for you, you lazy monster.
11th of October is what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, that might. I mean, that's probably when the Football Manager beta would have originally been out in the alternate universe where we had money.
There you go. So anyway, so it is out. It is there to be played. The prologue. You don't, like I say, the save carries over. So don't play it on PlayStation and Nintendo. Get it on PC or whatever you're doing.
No, this will be a reason to get my Steam Deck out.
But it is very much Persona, but in a completely different, more. It's what year is it set in? Let's have a look. It says it is set in something.
Oh, hold on. Are you telling me I don't get to waltz around a Japanese high school? Because if so, not interested.
No, you
Not
are
interested. That's the only bit I enjoy.
You're in.
I race through all the fighting stuff just to get back to
It's
being a
not
Japanese
fighting.
schoolboy.
There's a lot of, from what I've seen, I played the 90 minutes of it. I want to say I've controlled maybe 20, 25 minutes of that. 90 minutes.
Oh, baby, what are
So
you doing
it's all
to me?
anime cutscene and dialogue, and it's not.
Well, I've bought it now.
You bought it as well. Just
I've bought
why
the
do you
main-
do
I've-
these things? Why do you do these things?
Because I'm
Play the
I'll
demo,
forget to
then buy it.
Why would I play the demo?
Well,
I'm
because
going to play
then-
the demo, but now I'm going to buy it as well.
If I'm going
Let's
to get
face
it,
it, Pabby, I'm obviously going to play it, aren't I?
you are, and you're going to be annoyed at me for it.
Yeah, that's how
And
this
when
goes.
it's bobbins, but I think it might be good. I think it might be good.
Well,
It
I'll
seems
be the
alright
judge
from
of
what I've
that, won't
played.
I suppose.
It's more fantasy. It's a fantasy game.
You know I love fantasy.
It's fantasy and it's set in like medieval-esque times.
Yeah, love all this
It's
so
unusual,
far.
isn't it?
So yeah, it seems alright for what it is. I enjoyed what I played. The story seemed intriguing. You do, like I say, straight away you meet some people and then suddenly they become part of your party. You've got like a travelling companion who's a fairy, I want to say, something like that.
Love
And
fairies.
you are the character sheet here, the characters that I'm seeing here, you are just known as protagonist, which is obviously you put your name in and whatever, don't you?
Don't worry,
but
as usual, I'll look up what the real name is before we get started and put that in. I always look up what the canon name of the character is and use that. I never put my own name in these games.
It's genuinely I'm on the character sheet on their website, and you click on the main character and it's just called protagonist.
Well, then I'll go on Reddit and see what Reddit has decided the actual name is.
Well,
and
you
they'll
do the
tell me.
Reddit thing then, yeah. Listen to what Reddit's telling you. Jeez.
Yeah. When has Reddit ever been wrong?
Yeah, Reddit's always right. Anyway, so you are from the Elder tribe, and the Elder tribe are pretty much extinct. So you are very much like an outsider in this world because everyone else is like pretty much of two tribes, and you stand out to people and people notice you. But you, based on what I played, you go into like this big. Well, the initial. Straight away, first cutscene. The king of the kingdom is killed, and the heir to the throne is currently like in some sort of like coma state, pretty much dead as well. So now they're all going, who's going to be taking over? It's almost a little Game of Thrones, actually, thinking about it. No, well, maybe no, because you are the best friend of the heir to the throne, sort of thing, and you're sent on a quest to go and find somebody in the army to go and bring them back and try and basically we're going to try because we know who's killed the king and we know who's put this curse on this on the heir to the throne. So we're going to go and try and get him. So that's been what I've played of it so far. It seemed intriguing for what we were doing. I actually did combat in the game. First time I've ever done combat in one of these games. Because I never get to the combat in these games. I play at the first hour and I stopped playing.
Why are you only telling me about this now, Pabby? Why didn't I get a message from you several days ago telling me to get hold of this?
It came out yesterday.
What, your phone's been broken? Is your new phone on the way?
You were networking or whatever it is you do.
I was networking, yes.
Yes, he was.
So, yeah, that's why. And I assume you keep up with these things.
I keep up with nothing.
You're a Persona fan. You should know these things.
Didn't know anything about this. I didn't even know this game was coming. Never heard of it until today.
You did, because I told you. You can
tell he's downloading it. His camera's gone.
Is that what it is? I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I was like, out the corner of my eye. I mean, I'm playing cards, so you can tell I was distracted by the cards. But I kept looking up, thinking it's very blurry, and then I thought he's downloading his game.
I just thought his camera wasn't focusing.
No, it's fine. It'll be recording fine. It'll be recording fine.
What is going on with yours?
So anyway, yes, that is there now. It seems pretty good. You have like the Persona, like characters. Is it they're called archetypes, which are your personas effectively. Which seem pretty cool. I've never seen combat in these games. I knew what it was because I've seen it when we played the Persona 3 demo at EGX last year. So I know what the gist of it is. It's turn-based and what have you, but it seemed alright for what it was. And it's a lot. It's one of them games that has like the dungeon crawling sort of thing and the turn-based battling. But I feel like you go to a lot of Persona stuff for the conversations and the dialogue.
I do love a conversation
and the story, which I gravitate more and more to as I get older. So there you go. I probably will get this one and probably give this one an honest try while the going's good, rather than me trying it play 1 hour at a time, like years after the fact it's already come out. What else have I played? The only other thing, let's say, I've played like 13 hours of FC25, so that's pretty much been the only thing I've done. Sorry?
I said good boy. I was rewarding you for your good behaviour.
I have done a lot of it, as that's pretty much been my only thing that I have done of any consequence. And I've not played as much. I've only played like 2 levels of Astro, and that's today. I wanted to play more of it. Because I've been playing FC25, redoing Ultimate Team twice because I messed it up the first time doing it the wrong way and ignoring all the milestones, thinking I'll just get to them when I get to them. All the challenges and stuff, objectives. I was like, I'll get to them when I get to them. Like, it'll just happen naturally, just through me playing it. And it's like, no, you've got to actually do it the way they want you to do it.
Silly goose.
So
what a silly goose.
That's where most of my time has gone. Astrobot, I've done. I don't know. Do you do this, Anna? Have you played Astrobot where you? All I do is just I don't finish a level till I 100%ed it.
Sometimes.
That's all I've done. Every single level I've finished is all gold flagged, ticked off. Don't need to go back to the level.
That's good.
It is, but it means that I'm getting through the game at a snail's pace.
That's not a bad thing. Like, you don't have to go through every game super fast.
Oh no, I know, but it's like the compulsiveness of me. I've got to get every puzzle piece, every bot, every secret exit, and whatever. And it results in me doing 2 main levels and 2 secret exit levels tonight, and that's all I've done. And I could have probably done about 5 or 6 base levels tonight, but I had to do them like to completion. It continues to be very good. I love this game. This game is it's very cool, even though it does occasionally like frustrate me with the level of how you. The perception again like gets to me sometimes where I can't sometimes fathom out where I am, on the screen sort of thing, and end up just falling off platforms and miscalculating where I'm going to fall and land. But yeah, it continues to be good. But other than that, I think that's it. Like I say, I spent my time mostly playing FC25, and I'll probably spend more of my time playing FC25 next week. In fact, that's the reason I didn't play half as much games, because I went to see Peter Kay at the weekend. That's what I was doing.
There
we
you
did
go.
that. Yeah.
That's what I was out at weekend. That's why.
And you noticed that he'd stolen loads of my act.
It was very much a. It was good, but it was very much. It felt like a greatest hits like.
He
tour.
did 20 minutes of my material halfway through.
Did he?
For you, Pab, that half his comedy must just not land, because it just sounds like he's talking in a normal voice and he's saying things that you hear all the time, and he's acknowledging things that you think are weird. Like, it must just be like listening to like just another northerner.
Well, he is.
Well, to us, like to me as a southerner,
It's a TED talk, Krapab.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me as a southerner, like 75% of his act is talking in the northern accent, and then some of it's a joke, but most of it's just how he says stuff. Whereas for you, you'd be going in the chippy going, "As thou now moist," and everyone like that's normal. But for me, that was a funny phrase I'd never heard before.
Yeah, that's how it is up here, Sheepdog. There it is.
Moist.
Yeah, it is now. Chucking it down.
I don't know what. I was like, what does he mean by that?
Yeah,
What does
it's
he
chucking
mean?
it down outside. Anyway, other than that is everything from me this week.
Well, I would end the podcast, but I'm a little bit busy playing Balatro, so
Same.
Good.
Same.
maybe we won't bother. I guess if you want to hassle us on the internet, you can do that at MGUK Podcast. You can follow me at Lelujo.
And you can find me at RB6K.
I miss Lelujo.
And Outpab 1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks, folks.